Majesty MAJ100 by Sterling, a weapon of mass destruction or a gentle giant? Let's find out. Hey, and welcome to Make Some Noise with Maddie. My name is Madelyn. I'm your host with the most from the back room here at Music Lovers Shop in Rochester. So, this is episode 10. So I figured something special for this particular milestone for myself is to feature one of my favorite guitar players, John Petrucci, his signature line by Sterling, the Majesty MAJ100. This one is in sapphire blue, which is just so pretty. You gotta love that. You know, they could have just said blue. But this is sapphire blue, which is special because it's sapphire. It is really gorgeous. The back, look at that. Now, you notice something? This is a special one because the back, this plate, is autographed by the man himself, Mr. John Petrucci. This was signed at the show at Kodak Center in Rochester. I believe it was at least a year and a half ago. I was actually there, and I thought it was an amazing show, but we managed to get this autographed, and it was very nice of him to do that. So when demoing this guitar, I said, you know what, I need to pay homage to John Petrucci, so I'm going to play some melodic shred with this guitar. But it really is just a war machine. But again, I'm pretty confident it's going to also have some nice tones that will be more gentle, more subdued. We're going to do some rolling off with it. So let's see what this thing can do. We'll start with some cleans. So this has a boost. I believe it's a 20 dB boost. I'm not positive, but it is definitely a boost in the volume. It's a push. And because that does have a 9-volt battery in the back, and I'm being very careful not to touch this plate in the back, so I'm good with that the way I'm sitting. So we will preserve this signature. So let's talk about the clean with the bridge tone. It's got a 3-way selector, so here's our bridge pickup on some clean. Oh, that was a lovely chord. What the heck was that? Let's try it with the right chord. There's my main G7. It's nice. Most bridge pickups I find on guitars usually aren't usable on the clean. This one I think is very usable. It's got the attack, but it's also not overbearingly sharp, especially when you play the right notes. That is really nice. That's sweet. Let's see what the middle position. Now, my personal belief, so when I'm trying out a guitar that I know only has a 3-way selector, I always tell myself I hope that middle slot is usable and has some of that glassiness, that rounder sound without being just like, trying to be a Telecaster. A lot of guitars do that. Like, oh, here's our middle spot, and it's just nothing really exciting. This has got that spank. Yeah, that's nice. like it. That is very, very nice. A nice usable mid pickup selector with, it must be splitting obviously between the two different humbuckers here, would be my assumption. So then we got our neck position, which is, this one is definitely, think about like what John does a lot. I mean, he's got a lot of fast runs, articulate passages, and when you want that rounder neck position, you don't want it to be too bassy and farty. This is definitely very articulate. It doesn't feel like it's crazy high gain or anything. That's probably what the boost is for. See the higher end on it? Let's see, we got some brightness here. Yeah, even the high end is... You can still hear it's got that round sound like a neck pickup would, but it's not just like, you know, fart, 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 fart. That's cool. That's some good cleans. And I mean, with the boost, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, you can see like that low end kind of clean chunking. It's still very articulate. It doesn't sound like it's just like I rolled the tone up. That's what. That's a little extreme. Like right there is usually what you get. This has got that attack. I like that. That's cool. That is really, really cool. So, I mean, some very usable clean. Again, it's we're trying to keep it simple, stupid, I would assume. You know, three-way selector, two humbuckers, splitting the coils for the center, and that's it. You know, that's the idea, is not having to be lost in different configurations with either a blade switch or knobs, whatever. Just super, super simple. And I do like, the one thing I do notice playing this guitar is nothing's in the way of my playing. Like I have a selector right here, and it's such a tiny, you can see like, let me see if I can get the right angle here. The profile is just, there we go. It's so tiny, it's a little cute little thing sticking out. So it doesn't get in the way. You could, on the fly, just go bang, it's right there. It's right there, ready for you. You don't have this giant tall switch and then you're strumming and you're doing some funk stuff and whack, you hit it. You know, this is definitely very usable. Everything's kind of like made for efficiency as far as like just the momentum, the movement, the positioning of your hand. Everything's right there. Efficiency of motion, or some word like that, some phrase. So let's dive into the Overdrive. I'm gonna put a track on for this. This is not like crazy high gain. This is actually like the preset I would use with my my Rock Beach Telecaster. So let's just see what this thing could do. And I have a track here that I haven't used this one before, so let's see what we can get out of this thing. This one should be fun. Yeah, here we go. See what we got. are really loose, and it's definitely a lighter gauge, so I'm like trying not to strangle it. It's such a different feel, and there goes my screensaver. There we go. It's such a different feel for me. Like, it's got definitely very light strings, and I'm used to on my RB Telly I have 11s on it, and this is more like 9s. So my bending will definitely not be anything pretty in this video, because it just really does feel very light. Which again, like if you're shredding and you want a very fast playing guitar, a lot of people will like that. So, and that's obviously my personal opinion, and I'm going to be very honest in this podcast. I mean, I'm keeping the very first chord I played, which had a terrible note. That's going to be in there because that's what we get here. So, it's cool. I like it. It's definitely very, very fast. And I would almost say, like, for me, it's almost, dare I say, it's too fast. It really has such a slick feel to it. And I have a tendency to overplay as it is. So like I have to tell myself, Madelyn, bend something. Hold a note, Madelyn. Play 3 notes instead of 30. And it just wants to go. This thing just wants to go. It's like taking some stock car down a school street, and you say, hey, school's out, there's no kids around, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour. So that's what it feels like to me personally. But it is, I mean, it is definitely, like I mentioned in the beginning, is it a weapon of mass destruction or a gentle giant? It definitely is a weapon of mass destruction, for sure. The roll-off I thought was really nice. I mean, it's definitely bright, and it keeps that kind of pick attack in there, and which some people will like. I kind of like the little warmer sound to it as far as the attack, but it definitely rolls off. I mean, even without the backing track going, if I just take that neck pickup again and play a chord, in line with it, we roll it back. It definitely is rolling up. It's cleaning up quite a bit. It's almost like a extreme version of the PRS treble bleed. When you roll off on a PRS, that it maintains the brightness without getting farty on the roll off, which I showed that in that Zach Mayer's PRS from a few episodes ago. So this one rolls off nice, but it definitely stays very bright and really, really bright. And that might be something that you may not like or you may really like. So it depends on the player, and also the rig too. I'm using the FRFR cab with the Boss GT8, and this is my actual gigging rig, my Laney with the old GT8, and we're straight into the board, obviously all flat. So I think it's if I were to say is it a gentle giant, I'd say it's definitely gentler. I wouldn't say it's very, very gentle. I think it still has some harshness to it, but that's just the nature of this type of guitar, this sound. You're going to have a little more of that scoop sound in this thing. So these are meant to really be colored by your rig, and this is, again, not a very high gain setting right now, and I think it's got plenty of gain. It just wants to go and which I think is cool. I definitely would be more comfy on my Telecasters compared to this, but I mean, this is what I'm doing here. I'm doing honest reviews and demos, and you might really like it. I think it's a phenomenal guitar, and I think it's really fun that we have the autograph on it. So if you want to play this, or you're interested in the guitar, as far as the pricing, you have to call the store at 585-600-6060, and we can talk about the price with the autograph on that. I know these usually retail in the low thousands without the autograph, so but don't quote me on that. You're better off stopping in or calling, and we can talk to you about the pricing on it. But definitely a fun guitar to play, for sure. And it's really nice. I actually did a setup on this about 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was going through some of the guitars on the floor, so it plays really, really well. And it's fun. It's definitely a weapon, that's for sure. And it's definitely sapphire blue. And it's really fun to play on this. I think it's really, really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. And all my naturalness and my organic quality. So once again, I really appreciate the support for the channel. Like, subscribe, share. It helps me out so much. Stop into the store. Give us a call. 585-600-6060, or we have one in Buffalo, which is the same number but 716 area code if you're out that way. Otherwise, until next time, this is Madelyn, and thanks again for joining me. Until next episode, let's see what I pull out. Will it be maybe a pedal demo? Maybe an amp demo? Let's see what we're in the mood for next time. Alright, bye!